Please watch my baby. She's dying. But when this homeless black father looked into the white woman's eyes, what happened next would shock everyone and prove that humanity knows no color. Kevin Williams stumbled through Chicago Children's Hospital emergency doors, his 8-month-old daughter Layla limp in his arms. The baby's breathing was shallow, her tiny chest barely rising. Kevin's clothes were wrinkled from sleeping in his car, his hair uncombed, the smell of the streets clinging to his worn jacket. "Help me. Please. Somebody help my baby." Kevin's voice cracked as he approached the reception desk. The nurse looked up, her expression immediately shifting cold when she saw Kevin. A homeless black man holding a baby, clearly out of place in this pristine facility. "Sir, you'll need to fill out these forms first," she said, sliding a clipboard across while maintaining distance. "Forms?" Kevin's voice rose. "My daughter can't breathe. She's burning up. Look at her. Hospital policy. Insurance information. Emergency contacts. Address." Kevin's hands shook. Address? He'd been sleeping in his car for 3 months. Insurance? Lost it when he lost his construction job. Layla grew heavier, becoming more listless. "I don't have insurance," Kevin whispered. "But please, just look at my daughter." "Sir, without insurance you need to go to county hospital. This is a private facility." That's when he saw her. A white woman in an expensive suit sat in the waiting area, blonde hair pulled back perfectly, typing on a laptop. She looked up at Layla's weak cry, and something shifted in her blue eyes when she saw Kevin struggling. Rachel Hamilton had come for a board meeting about the new children's wing. As CEO of Hamilton Industries, a $200 million medical device company, she was used to sterile boardrooms. But the raw desperation in the homeless father's voice cut through everything. "My baby is dying," Kevin shouted, causing people to stare uncomfortably. "She had a seizure this morning. She stopped breathing. Please." 2 security guards began walking over, hands moving to radios. Rachel watched the scene unfold. A black man, especially homeless, being viewed as a threat rather than someone desperate for help. "Ma'am," the nurse called to Rachel, recognizing her. "Sorry about the disturbance. We'll handle this." Rachel stood up, laptop forgotten. She walked over to where Kevin stood trembling, holding his barely conscious daughter. "What's wrong with your baby?" she asked softly. Kevin turned to her, tears streaming. 3-day fever. This morning she had a seizure, stopped breathing for almost a minute. "I don't have money for a doctor, but I can't watch her die." Rachel could see the panic in his bloodshot eyes, how his unwashed hands shook. More importantly, she could see Layla's lips had a blue tinge, a sign she recognized from developing pediatric equipment. "Sir, step back from the desk." A security guard arrived. "You're disturbing patients." "He's not disturbing anyone," Rachel said firmly, stepping between Kevin and the guard. "This man needs help for his critically ill child. Hospital policy requires dash. Hospital policy is to treat emergencies immediately. This child is in respiratory distress." She turned to the nurse. "I want a pediatric resident here now." "Ma'am, he hasn't completed forms, and without insurance dash. Send all bills to Hamilton Industries. I'll guarantee payment. Now get a doctor." The nurse's eyes widened. Hamilton Industries was one of their largest donors. Within minutes, a doctor appeared, taking Layla from Kevin's arms. "Let's get this little girl looked at," Dr. Martinez said, walking quickly toward examination rooms. "Wait, I need to stay with her." "Sir, family only dash. Please." Kevin turned to Rachel, voice breaking. "I can't lose her too. Her mother died in childbirth. We've been on our own. If something happens." Without hesitation, Rachel linked her arm through Kevin's. "We're together. I'm going with him." As they walked toward examination rooms, Kevin whispered, "Why are you helping us?" "I'm Rachel, and sometimes we help because it's right." Kevin Williams. "This is Layla." Neither noticed someone recording, capturing a white woman in a $1,000 suit walking arm in arm with a homeless black man toward emergency treatment. This moment would be shared millions of times within 24 hours. But first, they had to save Layla. If you're enjoying this story, kindly do us a favor and subscribe to our channel. It is free and won't cost anything, but it means the world to us. We are just a small channel trying to grow. And do not forget to comment where you're watching from. Thank you, and back to our video. Dr. Martinez worked quickly, checking vitals while a nurse prepared in for. When did the fever start? 3 days ago. Thought maybe teething, but she wouldn't eat, wouldn't stop crying. This morning, the seizure. Rachel watched Kevin answer precisely. This was a man who knew his child intimately despite their circumstances. We need blood work, possibly a spinal tap to rule out meningitis. Kevin's knees buckled. Meningitis. We don't know yet, but we'll take good care of her. While waiting, Rachel studied Kevin. Maybe 26, but with weariness beyond his years. Clean but worn clothes, and despite exhaustion, gentle and loving with his daughter. Where have you been staying? Kevin hesitated. In my car. Behind a gas station. Lost my job 3 months ago, got evicted. Been trying to find work, but it's hard without an address. What about before all this? Construction, mostly, but I was in college before that. Full scholarship to Northwestern, studying biomedical engineering. Made it 3 years before Sarah got pregnant and everything changed. Rachel's heart began racing. Biomedical engineering? I wanted to design medical equipment, help kids like Layla. He gestured around the room. Ironic, isn't it? Mr. Williams? Dr. Martinez returned with relief on his face. Good news, not meningitis. Your daughter has a severe ear infection that spread to her bloodstream. Serious, but very treatable with antibiotics. Kevin closed his eyes, relief flooding through him. She's going to be okay? She'll be fine. 48 hours of 4 antibiotics. As Layla stabilized and fell into peaceful sleep, Rachel made a life-changing decision. Kevin, what if there was a way for you to finish what you started? What do you mean? What if today wasn't just about saving your daughter's life? What if it was about changing yours too? The video exploded across social media while Kevin sat beside Layla's bed, unaware his vulnerable moment was being watched by millions. Within hours, the clip had 5 million views. Caption: Rich white CEO helps homeless black dad get medical care for dying baby. Comments became a battlefield. This is what humanity looks like. Totally staged for publicity. Finally, someone who actually cares. She's just virtue signaling. Kevin discovered the viral storm when his phone buzzed incessantly. A nurse showed him the video with over 8 million views. Someone filmed this. It's everywhere. People are calling you devoted dad and her angel CEO. Rachel appeared that evening, carrying coffee and food. She'd spent both nights at the hospital. How's our fighter doing? Much better. But Rachel, people are filming us, posting videos. Millions are watching. Rachel's face tightened. I know. My publicist, board of directors. They've been calling nonstop. Who exactly are you? CEO of Hamilton Industries. We manufacture medical devices. The company's worth about 200 million. Kevin stared. You're really wealthy. Very. And that's going to complicate things. By morning, news vans surrounded the hospital. Reporters thrust microphones at anyone leaving. Mr. Williams, comment on your relationship with Rachel Hamilton. We don't have a relationship, Kevin said, shielding Layla. She helped my baby. That's it. Headlines painted different pictures. Homeless father's miracle, CEO's charity case, or PR move? Rachel's board called an emergency meeting. The optics are concerning, board member Morrison said. A wealthy white woman and struggling homeless black man. It looks like performative charity. It looks like human decency, Rachel snapped. A child was dying, and I helped. Rachel drove to the gas station where Kevin told her he'd been staying. She found him in his beat-up Honda, Layla sleeping in a worn car seat. I'm sorry about the media attention. Neither of us meant for this. But now people are saying I'm using you, that you're just trying to look good. What do you believe? I believe you saved my child when you didn't have to. You saw us as human when others saw problems. Good. Because I want to offer you something real. Kevin looked wary. What? You were 3 years into biomedical engineering before circumstances changed. What if you could finish? What if you could work in the field you're passionate about? Rachel, look at me. I'm homeless. I haven't showered in days. You can't just fix that. I'm not offering to fix anything. I'm offering you a chance to fix it yourself. Paid internship while you complete your degree. Full tuition. Flexible schedule for Layla. Housing assistance. And if you prove yourself, a permanent engineering position. People will say this is charity. The question is, what do you say? Kevin looked at Layla, who deserved better than life in a car. If I say yes, I want to earn this. I want to be good enough that you'd have hired me even if we'd never met. I wouldn't have it any other way. Their handshake was captured by a hidden photographer. By evening, deal sealed. CEO offers homeless dad life-changing opportunity. Reaction was polarizing. Supporters called it beautiful opportunity meeting preparation. Critics called it performative charity. But they'd made their choice. They would build something meaningful together and prove that unlikely partnerships create extraordinary results. 2 years later, everything had changed. Kevin Williams stood presenting his revolutionary pediatric monitoring system to investors and medical professionals. The device he designed, inspired by Layla's near-death experience, could detect respiratory distress hours before symptoms became visible. The algorithm learns each child's unique breathing patterns, identifying subtle changes that indicate developing problems. Early intervention could save thousands of lives. Rachel watched proudly as Kevin fielded technical questions with expertise earned through 2 years of intensive study. The same board members who'd questioned her decision now respected his innovations. Market projections look extraordinary, Morrison said. FDA approval timeline? 6 months. Outstanding trial results. After the meeting, Rachel found Kevin in his office evolved from intern desk to full development suite. Photos of 3-year-old Layla mixed with patents and awards. That was incredible. You should have seen Morrison's face. Kevin grinned, loosening his tie. I think he's finally forgiven you for hiring the homeless guy. Their relationship had evolved slowly over 2 years. Professional mentorship became friendship, then something deeper. Working dinners turned into conversations about hopes, fears, dreams. Can I ask you something? That night in the hospital, was it really just about Layla being sick? Rachel considered carefully. At first, yes. But watching you fight for your daughter despite having nothing, knowing every detail of her condition, I realized I was seeing the kind of person I wanted to work with, to build something meaningful with. And now I'm seeing the kind of person I want to build a life with. Kevin stood, closing the distance. You know this is complicated. People will have opinions about the white CEO and black engineer, about whether this is real. Is it real? Rachel asked quietly. Instead of words, Kevin kissed her. Soft, then deeper, with all the emotion they'd held back for months. Their relationship became public when a photographer captured them at Layla's 4th birthday party. This time, response was overwhelmingly positive. The public had watched their relationship develop, seen Kevin's achievements, witnessed their obvious care for each other and Layla. Kevin proposed 6 months later, simply, in the hospital room where they'd met, with 4-year-old Layla as witness. Their wedding took place at Chicago Children's Hospital, in the same wing where their story began. Instead of expensive flowers, guests donated to the hospital's Family Assistance Fund. During his wedding speech, Kevin held Rachel's hands and spoke from his heart. 2 years ago, I was a desperate father holding a dying child, sleeping in a car, feeling invisible. Rachel didn't just save my daughter's life, she saved my faith in humanity. He looked at the diverse crowd celebrating love that transcended every barrier. People wanted to make our story about race or class or charity. But this is about 2 people who saw each other's humanity in crisis and chose to build something beautiful together. Today, I marry my best friend and business partner, the woman who taught me that love doesn't see color, it sees character. That success isn't measured in dollars, It's measured in lives you touch. He turned to 5-year-old Layla, serving as flower girl in a tiny white dress. Baby girl, remember this day. Remember that love comes in all colors, all circumstances. The best families aren't always the ones you're born into. Sometimes they're the ones you choose. As they kissed and the crowd erupted, photographers captured not just a wedding, but a symbol of hope. 1 year later, they launched the Williams Hamilton Foundation, providing scholarships and housing assistance for homeless individuals pursuing STEM education. During the launch, a reporter asked what Kevin hoped people would learn. That help can come from unexpected places. That kindness doesn't have a color. That sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is see someone else's humanity and respond to it. Their story had come full circle, from crisis in a hospital emergency room to a life built on love, purpose, and belief that everyone deserves a chance to show what they're capable of. And it all started with 5 words that changed 3 lives forever. Please watch my baby. She's dying. If you enjoyed our story, hit the subscribe button for more inspiring stories and don't forget to like and share.